HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance. Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's edition of HCAM News. On today's edition, we take a look at the 2023-2024 Hopkinton Hillers Fall sports teams. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hopkinton Hillers girls volleyball featured a young team last season and a first-year head coach. The Hillers qualified for the playoffs, losing in the early stages, but finished with 11 wins and 10 losses overall, despite their lack of experience. This year, the Hillers feature some good, experienced leadership.
I'm Sienna, and I play DS Libero.
I'm Abby, and I also play DS Libero.
So far, I think we're looking really good. We had our first scrimmage yesterday, and it was really good, and I'm really excited for the season.
I also agree with Sienna. We had a nice start to our season with playing LS, who is usually a big competitor of ours, but yeah, it went pretty well, I think.
Terrific. And you talk about some of the new girls on the team and how they are adjusting.
Yeah, so we have a few new players this year, some underclassmen and one freshman, and I think they're adjusting really well. Our freshman, Evie Woodbury, is sister to Elsa Woodbury, who's also on the team, so I think that's great. And yeah, I think it's going really well.
Yeah, I think the underclassmen and the new players are adjusting really well. We have already great team chemistry, and yeah, so good start.
All right. Do you have any personal or team goals you'd like to reach this season?
I think one of our team goals is we want to win TVL champs. Yeah, we're not sure if we can get there yet, but I think if we put in a lot of work in practice and scrimmages and stuff, we might be able to get there.
And then obviously our big goal is to be state champs again. That would be great, but it is a big goal, but I think we can get there.
Yeah.
Emily Sweetapple returns to the helm this season and looks to bring the Hillers back to their glory days.
They're looking really good, especially for this point in the season. This is only our 5th practice, so we already had our first preseason scrimmage yesterday against Lincoln Sudbury, so we saw a lot of really strong highlights and some things that we need to work on heading into this season. So we're really excited.
A couple of new captains there with some good experience. Can you talk about your captains this season?
Yeah, so we're missing one of our captains today, so Kelly Strickland, Abby Hebert, and Sienna Verna. They've all been on varsity for at least 2 years. Abby, this is her 3rd year. So they've got varsity experience. They were leaders on the court even as juniors, and they were really great with working with the underclassmen on the team last year. So I think they're going to do a really great job leading this team this year.
Absolutely, and I noticed a few new faces this season. Can you talk about some of the new personnel you have?
Yeah, so we've got a few new juniors, we've got a few sophomores, and we even have a freshman this year. So a lot of young talent, much like we had last year, and we've got a really high ceiling this year, so I'm excited to see what they can accomplish.
All right, terrific. And have you had any scrimmages yet? Talk about how those went.
Yeah, so we scrimmaged against Lincoln Sudbury yesterday. We played 5 sets. We lost 4 of them. Lincoln Sudbury is a really strong team, and the girls really held their own, and they showed a lot of strengths that we have this season. So
The Hillers opened the season on the road and will have their first home game on Friday, September 8th, hosting Norwood. Hopkinton Hillers football is heading into their second year with head coach Mark Sanborn at the helm. Last year, they finished the season with 8 wins and 3 losses, and they were one of the top teams in the TVL. Despite their good record, they just missed the playoffs, but look to take the extra step this season. The team will be under some good experienced leadership.
I'm Charlie Petrini. I'm outside linebacker and slot receiver.
I'm Jason Gerard. I'm offensive tackle and defensive tackle.
Carlos Linton. I'm middle linebacker.
I think the team's been really good. We have a lot of energy every practice. Everyone's been working hard. A lot of competition for spots, and that's good for a team. Pushes everyone to work hard. We got our second scrimmage on this Friday. So.
Yeah, everyone's working really hard. We're pushing each other. Everyone's giving it 100% and a lot of competition for spots.
Yeah, like they said, everyone's working their butts off, competing. You know, every day we come out here trying to get better, and we got big goals for the season. So.
And a lot of returning players, but some new faces. How are the new guys look?
The juniors are definitely stepping up on offense and defense. Everyone's really athletic, and they're going to be a big role for this season too.
Yeah, we lost a lot of key pieces last year, but all the juniors are really filling in those spots exactly where the seniors left, and I expect them to pick up right where the seniors left off.
Yeah, I mean, the juniors are going to be some key players this year. A lot of athletes in that class, and we're just excited to see what they can do.
And do you have any personal goals?
I know we all want to win the TVL championship. That's our main goal, and then make playoffs and do well in playoffs as a team.
Yeah, I'm really focused on the team goals this year. I think the TVL championship's the big one, and we've got to get over the hump and beat Holliston this year.
Yeah, same as them. Just focus on the team, really. Gotta get back for last year, beat Holliston, get that TVL chip.
Mark Sanborn returns for his second season as Hiller football head coach.
Everything's going well. Kids are working hard. We've had really competitive practices on a daily basis. We not only have good numbers, but we have a lot of guys that can play, and we have a lot of open spots, so we're trying to figure out right now the evaluation aspect and seeing who's stepping up and getting guys opportunities to play in practice and in the scrimmages we've had. And just kind of focusing on the varsity first and then working our way down from there. But everyone's working hard. Seniors are leading by example, starting at the top with the captains. We had a great scrimmage yesterday against Dover Sherburne, and we're looking forward to scrimmaging Concord Carlisle this Friday. So, yeah, all's going well.
This season after your last season?
Well, every season you graduate players, and we lost a number of good players last year, a good senior class on the whole. And part of our job as coaches is figuring out what scheme and what plays and what formations fit our personnel the best. So we've made some adjustments, offensive side of the ball, defensive side of the ball, as well as special teams. But it all started in the off season. You know, kids got after in the weight room and really bought in and committed this off season. So you're starting to see it translate on the field. And like I say, these guys, we're just taking it one day at a time and getting better every day.
And I saw some new faces out there. How are the new guys looking?
They're great. Our younger guys have been awesome. They're starting to understand the flow of practice and the tempo that it needs to be at. And like I said, our seniors have set the tone, starting with the captains at the top. But everyone's doing well. Everyone's learning, getting reps. We're teaching things. And like I said, you feel like there's so much to teach, so little time. But we feel like we're in a good spot right now, and we're looking forward to hitting another team on Friday in Concord Carlisle.
And it looks like you got more home games in the beginning part of the home schedule this season. You must like that a little bit more.
Yes, it's always good to be at home. We have a great fan base, great community support. We've been playing Wayland now for the first in week 1 of our season ever since I've been coaching, which is 10 or 11 years now. So it's always a good matchup, and it's always good to play them at home. So we're looking forward to next week as well.
Hiller football opens the regular season Friday night at home as they host Wayland at 7 p.m. Hopkinton Hillers boys soccer finished last season with 19 wins, 2 losses, and 2 ties. The Hillers had an absolutely incredible run all the way to the Division II state finals, but fell in heartbreaking fashion to Oliver Ames. This year, they bring back some good experience and look to get back to the postseason.
I'm Will Bilobreski, center back.
Carlos Henkel, center mid.
Sean McCann, center back.
Jack Iannelli, forward.
Drew Bilobreski, forward and midfield. Team's looking great. Couldn't ask for a better group of guys. Come to practice every day, work hard. We've had some of the best warm-up sessions we've ever had. We have a saying, win the warm-up, and we've been doing that. We've been getting the results we've wanted throughout the preseason. Just hoping to carry that into the regular season.
Yeah, we obviously have a lot of new guys on the team after losing about 15 seniors, so it's definitely different than it was last year in terms of like team bonding and the culture that we have. We've sort of had to build that back up with bonding with like the younger kids, and like even we have one freshman that made the team. So to have that is pretty special, and to be able to build something is cool.
Yeah, Jack Iannelli mentioned it. We really started building that chemistry again because we had a really great group of guys last year and a lot of new guys this year, so we had to build that chemistry back up. But each day, each practice, we come in, try to work hard, ready to compete. Preseason went really well, but now we're moving on to the regular season, trying to win each game there.
Yeah, just like the culture is a big part of our team, and I believe like that's why we've had a lot of success these past couple of years, just because we're basically a family. Like we do a lot of stuff together, and we're just very bought into the program, and we're kind of doing a great job of bringing that back this year, and all the boys are looking really nice out there, and everyone's just really excited to get this season going.
Yeah, especially with a lot of new guys on the team, we've really found ways to bring the whole team together. Shout out Sachi, the hibachi restaurant. That was one of the best bonding moments we've ever done as a team, and it was great just to get to know the new guys and come together as one group. So that was awesome.
All right, and do you have any goals for the season, whether it's personal goals or team goals?
Personal goals, stay as healthy as I can be. And team goals, win TVLs and hopefully make a good state run.
Just for like team goals, I want to win TVL again, and I also want to see if we can make another state championship run and get some revenge from last year.
The biggest thing is I want to have no regrets at the end of the season, knowing that I put all I had on the field and like all my effort. Another actual goal is I'm hoping to let up less goals, or the defense to let up less goals than we did last season, which was a school record. So less than 14 goals in the regular season is what I'm hoping for.
I think this season for the returning seniors and all of us is mostly about respect. Since we lost all those seniors, they kind of, or as people will say, they carried this team last year. So in order for us to gain our respect and to have people respect us, we need to get back to the playoffs and make one of those runs that we did last year to show that it wasn't just them, but they did contribute.
Yeah, I mean, just to add, have fun. I mean, it's senior year for all 5 of us. I mean, let's make some memories, have fun on the pitch, off the pitch, and I mean, make it far in the TVL. And in the playoffs. Hopefully, I know that's a goal. We're a bit hesitant to say make it back to the state chip because, I mean, everyone thinks we're not going to be as good because we lost 15 guys, but I think it's definitely doable if we keep our eyes on it.
Head coach Garrett Sawyer returns to the helm and is looking forward to what this team has in store.
Yeah, I think one of the keys to our success the last couple of years, and I think again this year, is a really strong group of seniors that understand how to lead, how to set a good example, how to work hard, how to create a positive team culture. So we're lucky we keep getting that, and definitely it's going to help us again this year.
Absolutely, and a lot of new faces coming in after losing a good amount of seniors last year. Can you talk about some of the new guys that you got on the squad this year?
Yeah, we've got quite a few guys up from the JV team that I think are going to work out well in a lot of different positions. Some that are more attacking, some more defensive, but they're gelling well with the rest of the group. And I think I really think one of our strengths this year is we have depth. I think we can take any guy off the bench and plug him in, and it's not going to make a difference on the field. So. We're really lucky to have that as well.
I've got a question for the assistant coach over here. Coach, what are some of the things that you've been working on with the team to prepare for the season?
Yeah, absolutely. So one thing that Coach mentioned was that we have a strong culture, a strong team culture. And just like tactics on the field or conditioning or what have you, we have to practice that as well. So we do a lot of classroom sessions, a lot of working on establishing core values, establishing goal setting. And one thing that I think really helped us last year was that we really established that culture. And, as Coach said, we have some strong senior leaders this year that can instill that in some of the younger guys. And, that's, I think, going to really help us this year, especially when times get tough. Everyone knows it's a slog of a season. But like I said, it's something that we have to practice.
Absolutely, and I'd imagine the team, after that tremendous run last year that didn't end the way we wanted it, is hungry to get back into that postseason.
Yeah, we're just taking it one game at a time. We have a tradition where after every game, every practice, one of our captains, they metaphorically turn the page, and whether it's on the bus or on the field. So yeah, it's in the past. We use our failure as fuel. Certainly, but we have an 18-game regular season, and we're just taking it one game at a time. We're not, looking forward too much.
And I'll both you answer this one. Is there any goals that you got for what you'd like to accomplish this season?
Yeah, good question. I think for me is just, and Coach mentioned it too, is just to maintain that culture that we've worked really hard to build. And some of the tactical stuff will always be there that we can work on, at practice. But, we really believe that a lot of the, cultural aspects of our team, like I said, that we've worked really hard to instill and maintain, is just going to be maintaining that through thick and thin this year. And that's, I think, a test of a strong program. When the going gets tough, especially in the TVL too, everyone knows how tough it is to play in this league. When there are bumps in the road, that's really where our, we'll find out what we're made of.
Yeah, and I think definitely building on that, I think the culture helps create an environment where we can achieve our maximum potential as a group. And it's going to take some time. Like you said, there's a lot of new guys, even though we have quite a few seniors back from last year. And so I think another big goal is get a little bit better every day, a little bit better every week, and see where we're at the end of the season.
Absolutely. And any opponents that you're particularly looking to play this season? Any games you're looking forward to?
Every game in our league's tough. So like Coach said, it's just the next opponent, whoever it is.
Hiller Boys Soccer opens their regular season on the road at Ashland on Tuesday, September 5th. Their first home game will be on Thursday, September 7th versus Norwood at 4 p.m. The Hopkinton Hiller girls soccer team is coming off a season in which they finished with 13 wins, 4 losses, and 3 ties, including a playoff win over Lexington in the round of 32, before falling to an undefeated Bishop Feehan team 2-0 in the Sweet 16 round of the state tournament. The team may have lost some seniors to graduation, but returns a very talented group of seniors.
Johanna DuPont, forward. Juliana Gronzos, defender.
Georgie Clark, forward. Brooke Burwissel, midfielder. Steph Johnson, midfielder. Emily Scaff, defender.
Anna Scalora, forward.
Clark approaching. A nice move and a shot and a score!
How's everything going so far in these early practices, and how's the team working?
I think it's looking really good. Everyone's working really hard and we're keeping the intensity up even when we're having a lot of practices all the time.
Yeah, I think it looks really promising, and I think that everyone's working together really well and that it's going to be a tight-knit team. Yeah, I'm really excited for this year. I think we lost some good seniors last year, but we replaced them with some really talented underclassmen, and that's going to bode well for us this season.
I think the early practices and scrimmages, we've been showing a lot of potential to grow as together as a team and be really good this season.
Yeah, I feel like we've been improving every day and getting better as a team and closer.
Yeah, like everybody else said, I think we're starting off the season strong, especially with the good result from our scrimmage.
Since the beginning of practices, everyone's been working really hard, and I think we have a very promising season ahead of us.
Do you have any team goals or personal goals for the season? And can you talk about some of the things you've been working on?
One big goal of ours is to win TVL again.
Yeah, definitely win TVL and go further in the tournament than we did last year.
Yeah, I agree. Further in the tournament would be really cool.
I think one goal was to get a higher seeding for the tournament and start off with a strong game with a win under our belt.
Yeah, I agree with all that. I also think just the closer we can get as a team, it'll translate onto the field and we'll have more chemistry and be able to go further. Yeah, I think going further in the tournament and winning the TVL again would be our main goals.
I agree. I think after a disappointing loss last year, going further in the state tournament would be really good.
All right. And you're all seniors this year. Can you talk about a few of your favorite memories being part of the Hopkinton Hillers soccer program?
I would say the psych-ups for games are pretty exciting. One thing that sticks in my mind is when we all dressed up and wore suits to school for business day. That's probably my favorite thing so far.
I like the Spaggers. It's like a spaghetti dinner, and I feel like we just get closer off the field with each other, spending quality time off the field.
Yeah, as much as preseason's really tiring, I think we all grow a lot closer during that time, so I think that's really fun.
I really enjoy going out with the team after especially tough practices and just spending more time together and getting to know each other better.
I think playing in difficult games together just kind of brings us closer, especially if we get the result that we're hoping for. I think that the senior traditions, like the painting the cars, is really, really special, and I'm excited for it this year.
I think just being at games together is really special, cheering on the sidelines or just being motivated together as we play is really special.
Awesome. And is there a particular opponent that you're looking most forward to playing this year?
I don't want to say the same thing as everyone else. I'll say we had a really good game against Medfield. I think that's going to be a really good one again this year.
Same, Medfield and probably Holliston to see if they're going to come back. I agree, Holliston in the TVL, but in the tournament we'd like to face Bishop Fian, kind of give them what we think they deserve.
I'd have to second that and put some emphasis on it. I'd say Bishop Fian. Yeah, but I also want to see other teams. We're playing Acton Boxborough at the Jamboree this weekend. I'm just excited to see all the talent in the league.
I agree, Bishop Fian, and I feel like a lot of teams in the TVL will be good. So Medfield and Westwood.
Yeah, I think what everybody else said, I think Bishop Fian's probably my number one.
I think in the TVL, Westwood and Medfield would be tough games, so those are going to be exciting. But in the whole tournament, I think Bishop Fian and Hingham would be good games if we were to play them. So looking forward to that potentially.
Head coach Tom Skiba returns for his 5th year at the helm.
Team looks great. We had to replace a number of great seniors that left last year, but we're moving some returning players around, and we got some great underclassmen that are going to be significant role players for us, which is fantastic.
And it looks like you got a good group of seniors there, some great experience, and that must help this team in a big way, kind of just adjust to the new season.
Yeah. Yeah, the senior group's fantastic. We've got a couple of 4-year players, a couple of 3-year players in there, and they're all great players and they're all great people as well.
And what about some of the new faces that we saw? I understand you have new goalkeepers that you'll be using this season.
Yeah, we graduated both goalies, and in the off season we were a little concerned about that, but we've got 3 great goalkeepers that are really improving day to day, and we added a full-time goalkeeping coach, which has been a tremendous help for us.
And do you have any goals for what you'd like to achieve this season?
The TVL Large, we'd love to be able to repeat as TVL Large champs this year. We've made the tournament every year that I've been here, and I'd love to actually get a home game this year. We've never been a high enough seed to get a home game, so those would be the 2 that are at the top of my list.
The Hiller girls soccer regular season kicks off on Tuesday, September 5th, in which they host crosstown rival Ashland Clockers. It's time to tell you about some happenings in town you should know about. Hopkinton parents and caregivers will learn strategies to include mental health as part of their parenting, how to identify when loved ones need support for mental health, how and where to get professional support, and how to use strategies for self-care for themselves and their loved ones, and much more. The program, put on by the Mental Health Collaborative, takes place on Tuesday, September 19th, 7 to 8:30 p.m. at the Hopkinton Center for the Arts. The Hopkinton Women's Club and the Hopkinton Emergency Fund second annual golf tournament will take place on Monday, September 18th. Be sure to reserve your spot on either the Hopkinton Women's Club website or the Emergency Fund website. Hopkinton Family Day will take place at the high school fields on Saturday, September 23rd at 2 to 9 p.m. Entertainment and fun for all ages at Hopkinton Family Day on Saturday, September 23rd. Our picture of the week, Hopkinton Hillers girls soccer posed for some photos at their media day. You can view more photos of the Hopkinton Hillers 23-24 fall season preparation at our sceneinhopkinton.org. Upcoming town government meetings include on Monday, September 11th at 7 p.m. we'll have the planning board meeting. And on Thursday, September 7th at 7 p.m., you can catch the school committee meeting airing on our HCAM Ed channel. To view all upcoming town government meetings, head over to hcam.tv/gov. And for more information, you can head over to the town website at hopkintonma.gov. Believe it or not, we are out of time for this edition of HCAM News. For everyone at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. As always, we thank you for watching.